in EXT Grassland 2 outside of Jinsen Engine Alpha Spaceship Day. The door on Jinsen Engine Alpha Spaceship opens up as Jinsen Engine Alpha and Lawrence walk out. The door on Jinsen Engine Alpha Spaceship closes. Jinsen Engine Alpha and Lawrence walk forward. Lawrence thinking, I can't handle this anymore. Wait, this guy's just a big dumb brute, so I should be able to trick him easily. Jinsen Engine Alpha and Lawrence stop walking and face each other. Jinsen Engine Alpha, alright kid, this is where your journey from loser to champion begins. Lawrence scared, okay. Jinsen Engine Alpha falls into a fighting stance. Jinsen Engine Alpha, now this is my fighting stance, now you try. Lawrence thinking, okay, time to do is trick this friendless meanie. Lawrence pretending to be confident, I'd rather try blasting you with my fire breath. Jinsen Engine Alpha, fine then, I'll instruct you on the basics. Lawrence steps backwards. Lawrence runs off. Lawrence to Jinsen Engine Alpha, while running off by meanie. Lawrence is running away. Lawrence thinking, while running, that was so easy with all that metal, he'll never be able to catch me. Lawrence looks forward only to see Jinsen Engine Alpha in front of him. Jinsen Engine Alpha going somewhere? Lawrence stops running instantly. Cut to EXT Planet S or up Random Cliff Day. Jinsen Engine Alpha drags Lawrence up to a very tall cliff. Lawrence screaming in terror at you're out of your mind. Angle on Jinsen Engine Alpha's face. Show a pissed off look on Jinsen Engine Alpha's face. Jinsen Engine Alpha, pissed off, I'm not stupid and you apparently need more convincing. Jinsen Engine Alpha holds Lawrence up over the cliff. Lawrence screaming in terror, please don't, I'll be good, I'll train, I'll do whatever you say. Jinsen Engine Alpha, forgive me if I don't believe you. Jinsen Engine Alpha throws Lawrence off the cliff. Lawrence is falling. Lawrence screaming in terror at angle on Lawrence's right eye. Lawrence's right eye is closed. Lawrence's right eye is opens with the eye of a dragon. Show dragon wings burst out of Lawrence's shirt. Lawrence flies into the air and flies above both the cliff and Jinsen Engine Alpha. Lawrence to Jinsen Engine Alpha, see how meanie Lawrence flies off. Angle on Jinsen Engine Alpha's face. There is a smirk on Jinsen Engine Alpha's face. EXT Planet S or Sky Day. Lawrence flies into the air. Jinsen Engine Alpha flies up on his hoverboard and intercepts Lawrence. Jinsen Engine Alpha, alright, back into the spaceship. Lawrence sighs. Lawrence, okay. Cut to INT Jinsen Engine Alpha Spaceship the next day. Jinsen Engine Alpha, I'm going off to 4 devices that brought Dr. Agaz minion to this planet. Jinsen Engine Alpha to Rusty, and Rusty, make sure that the boy stays here. Rusty through a speaker, okay, and when you get back you should be able to give yourself an upgrade. EXT Grassland 2 outside of Jinsen Engine Alpha Spaceship Day. The door of the spaceship opens and Jinsen Engine Alpha walks out. The door of the spaceship closes. Jinsen Engine Alpha flies into the air on his hoverboard. Show that Barbara was watching Jinsen Engine Alpha fly off on his hoverboard as she hides from a distance. Suzu walks up to Barbara. Suzu, alright, let's do this. I'm not gonna lie when I say that I'm gonna enjoy this. Suzu and Barbara run up to Jinsen Engine Alpha spaceship. Suzu and Barbara pull out their wands. Barbara säkert före upp efter Witesortsnam latim sidlam sigom fuzzru up nikna. Barbara waves her wand and fires a barrage of cakes at Jensen Engine Alpha spaceship. Suzu, well, this is going nowhere. Suzu chanting Sredlob Nakasia Fora Wap at Terwitasortsnam Latum Fuzzru up Nikna. Suzu waves her wand and fires a barrage of rocks and boulders at Jensen Engine Alpha spaceship. Rusty through a speaker activating force field. A light green colored force field appears around Jensen Engine Alpha spaceship, protecting it from Suzu's rocks and boulders. Suzu screaming in anger, "Oh, you've got to be kidding me." Suzu directly runs up to Jensen Engine Alpha spaceship and begins punching the light green colored force field. Jensen Engine Alpha voiceover, "Hey." Jensen Engine Alpha flies down hoverboard carrying the 4 devices and jumps off of it. Jensen Engine Alpha, stop attacking my spaceship. Jensen Engine Alpha flies down hoverboard carrying the 4 devices and jumps off of it. Jensen Engine Alpha, you're attacking my only way off of this primitive rock. Jensen Engine Alpha puts down the 4 devices down on the ground and walks forward. Suzu, I'm gonna enjoy this. Suzu charges directly at Jensen Engine Alpha and throws a punch at his face, but Jensen Engine Alpha blocks it. Jensen Engine Alpha, this will not be like that time that we fought over that jump angle on Suzu's face. Show that Suzu has a pissed off look on her face. Suzu jumps backwards. Jensen Engine Alpha walks forward. Jensen Engine Alpha, when I try to relive my glory days in the Xenocorp Ultimate Tournament. Suzu pulls out her wand and jumps backwards. Suzu snevin etoni peel otter wap atem avig od et ekavn sijin fuzzru up nesina. Suzu charges directly at Jensen Engine Alpha and jumps directly into the air. Suzu Sigomadanrat. Suzu waves her wand at Jensen Engine Alpha and fires a small tornado at him. The small tornado begins to pick Jensen Engine Alpha up. Jensen Engine Alpha, that didn't work on me last time and it won't work this time. Jensen Engine Alpha fires an energy blast at Suzu's wand, hitting it and destroying it. Suzu begins to fall down to the ground. Suzu lands on the ground right in front of Jensen Engine Alpha, who gut punches Suzu, knocking her out. Jensen Engine Alpha steps backwards, and Suzu falls down to her knees and then falls onto her face. Angle on Jensen Engine Alpha's face. Jensen Engine Alpha gives Barbara a mean look and she runs away screaming. Cut to INT Planet S or of Queen Rose's Castle Throne Room Day. Barbara runs and screaming. Barbara screaming in terror, he's coming. Queen Rose, what, who's coming? Jensen Engine Alpha walks into Queen Rose's throne room carrying Suzu's unconscious body. Jensen Engine Alpha to Queen Rose, you'll need to get this one a new sissy wand. Jensen Engine Alpha drops Suzu's unconscious body onto the floor. Jensen Engine Alpha, we need to talk. Queen Rose, about what? Jensen Engine Alpha, about the fact that I'm training that dragon and the fact that we all need your flunkies to leave us alone. Queen Rose, but we need him. Jensen Engine Alpha, why? Queen Rose, well, because. Jensen Engine Alpha, well, if you can't think of a good reason, then don't bother us. We're preparing for a real threat, one that should be here real soon. Queen Rose, and just who might that be? Jensen Engine Alpha, Dr. Agawa, he's the bag of shit who's responsible for the destruction of my home world. He's the one who sent the Earth manipulator here, and he's the reason that I'm even here on this planet. Angle on Queen Rose's face. Show a scared look on Queen Rose's face. Jinsen Engine Alpha walks out of Queen Rose's throne room. EXT Planet S or up right outside Queen Rose's castle day. Queen Rose screaming in terror at INT Planet S or up Queen Rose's castle throne room day. Princess Vera runs into the throne room to see Suzu on the floor and Queen Rose with messed up hair with a scared look on her face. Princess Vera to Queen Rose, well, I see that we did not get Lawrence back, but you look like a wreck. Is there something that we need to talk about? Queen Rose, sister, that Jin guy just left here and told me that a new threat who is on his way here right now. Princess Vera, and what would that threat be? Queen Rose manically screaming, Dr. Oga, some doctor who is on his way here right now. Angle on Princess Vera's face. Show a scared look on Princess Vera's face. Princess Vera, scared you mean? EXT Planet S or up right outside Queen Rose's castle day. Princess Vera screaming in terror at. Cut to EXT Planet S or up Dragon Kingdom night. Jinsen Engine Alpha stands on the roof on a location in the Dragon Kingdom. Angle on Jinsen Engine Alpha's face. A smirk comes across Jinsen Engine Alpha's face. INT Jinsen Engine Alpha's spaceship the next day. Jinsen Engine Alpha to Lawrence, okay, since I've been getting nowhere with you and I can't just beat you until you agree to train, because if I did you'd be in even worse shape to fight and get killed the minute that Dr. Aga's minions arrive. But what if I made it worth your while? Lawrence, worth my while. Jinsen Engine Alpha give you something in return. Lawrence, what would you give me? Jinsen Engine Alpha, the truth about your past and the knowledge of who you really are. Lawrence, I know who I'm. My name is Lawrence Hua. Jinsen Engine Alpha, wrong answer. Face it, kid, you look nothing like these fairies that you think are your family. You didn't have wings until yesterday that don't even like fairy wings, and you can breathe fire, something that fairies can't do. Angle on Lawrence. Show Lawrence just standing there with a confused look on his face, obviously having an identity crisis. Jinsen Engine Alpha, you were kidnapped. As a baby, you're not a fairy, you are a dragon. If you are willing to train under me, I will reunite you with your real parents, who are probably worried sick. Show Lawrence a guilty look on his face. Lawrence, alright, I'll train under you, but you have to reunite me with my real mom and dad. Jinsen Engine Alpha, don't worry, I will. Besides, what else do I have to do? Begin a training montage. Show Jinsen Engine Alpha training Lawrence. Lawrence is striking a punching bag. Jinsen Engine Alpha, harder. Strike harder. INT Planet S or up Queen Rose's castle throne room day. Queen Rose and Princess Vera walks past their Elite 5. Queen Rose, today we will be going over spells from all of the 5 elements. Princess Vera, we must be the ones to save our realm. Queen Rose, and for our survival we must get Lawrence back. Lean, Suzu, Jane, Akane and Barbara speaking in unison, yes, our queen. EXT Grassland 2 outside of Jinsen Engine Alpha spaceship day. Lawrence launches a blast of fire at a bunch of logs that had been stacked on top of each other. The blast of fire hits the bunch of logs, instantly lighting them on fire. Lawrence, I call it my Dragon Fury Bomb. INT Jinsen Engine Alpha spaceship day. Show Jinjin Engine Alpha using the stolen tech from the 4 devices that brought Peter to planet Asurabn to give himself an upgrade. Lawrence walks up to him. Lawrence, what are you doing? Is this how you train? Jinjin Engine Alpha, you could say that at this point in my life I'm not all organic and I need to give myself upgrades to increase my power. End the training montage. INT Jinjin Engine Alpha Spaceship Night. Lawrence is eating chicken for dinner. Lawrence, you know that I would have never eaten chicken before you made me realize that I'm a dragon. Lawrence takes another bite. Lawrence, you know I got to admit that you're not the villain that those dumb fairies always said that you were. Rusty threw a speaker, and what did you think he was? Lawrence, well, those dumb fairies always said he was just this big dumb greedy bully who was the way that he was, because he couldn't make friends. Rusty threw a speaker. Let me guess, it was the one that he got punched when they tried to drag you back? Lawrence, I think that she's still sore about when he held that thing so that he could fight Queen Rose's Elite 5 over the amethyst of Elm. Begin first flashback. EXT Planet Asurabn, Queen Rose's castle months ago day. Angoulême, Queen Rose's castle. INT Planet Asurabn, Queen Rose's castle throne room day. An unnamed archaeologist walks in. Unnamed archaeologist, my queen, we have found the ruins of Elm. Queen Rose, very happy, splendid, now bring it to me. The legendary amethyst of Elm will look great in my sleeping quarters. EXT Planet Asurabn, outside of the ruins of Elm day. Show Jinjin Engine Alpha walking out of the ruins of Elm, carrying the amethyst of Elm. Unnamed archaeologist, scared, could you give that to us? Angle on Jinjin Engine Alpha's face. Jinjin Engine Alpha, no. The archaeologist runs away in fear. Cut to EXT Grassland 2, outside of Jinjin Engine Alpha spaceship day. Show Jinjin Engine Alpha walks up to his spaceship carrying the amethyst of Elm. Queen Rose's Elite 5 approaches Jinjin Engine Alpha. Lean, hand over the amethyst, it belongs to Queen Rose. Jinjin Engine Alpha, no, I need to test it to see if I can use it to power my spaceship and get off this rock. Jane, listen here, y'all may think that the gem belongs to you because y'all stole it, but it belongs to our queen, just like that busted up castle does. Jinjin Engine Alpha puts the amethyst of Elm down right next to his spaceship. Jinjin Engine Alpha, well, since I was the one who busted it up when the only ones who were inside it were skeletons, I guess that both the ruins and the gem belong to me. Barbara jumps onto Jinjin Engine Alpha and looks him directly into his face. Barbara giving Jinjin Engine Alpha the puppy dog eyes. Please give us the amethyst of Elm. Jinjin Engine Alpha, okay, how about this? I come back in a week and all 5 of you will have a chance to fight me. If one of you can beat me, then I'll give it to you. Susu, fine, we'll fight you and I'll beat you. Cut to EXT Grassland 3, outside a cage 1 week later day. Show a massive crowd around the cage. Angle on the crowd. Show that Lawrence, Mr. Who and Mrs. Who are in the crowd. Lawrence thinking it would be so cool if Lean was the one who beats that metal meanie and wins the amethyst of Elm. Jinjin Engine Alpha, the rules are simple. You will enter the cage with me one by one and both opponents will fight until one is knocked out or gives up. So who's first? Susu, right here. Both Jinjin Engine Alpha and Suzu enter the cage and Jinjin Engine Alpha locks the cage. Suzu punches Jinjin Engine Alpha in the chest, but he doesn't even react. Jinjin Engine Alpha, is that all you got? Suzu screaming in anger, not by a long shot. Suzu pulls out her wand. Suzu Sejimnath Jim Fajul. A small tornado appears in the cage and Suzu begins to float into the air. Jinjin Engine Alpha, this is where round 1 ends, because the only thing that you've done is make yourself into a target. Suzu screaming in anger, shut up. Jinjin Engine Alpha gut punches Suzu, knocking her out. The small tornado disappears as Suzu falls to the floor. Jinjin Engine Alpha unlocks the cage and tosses Suzu's unconscious body onto the ground and walks out of the cage. Jinjin Engine Alpha, who's next? Jane screaming in anger, I'll take up the challenge. Both Jinjin Engine Alpha and Jane enter the cage and Jinjin Engine Alpha locks the cage. Jinjin Engine Alpha, okay, round 2. Jane pulls out her wand. Jane screaming in anger, for what ya did to Suzu, y'all gonna feel some pain. Jinjin Engine Alpha, this fight is going to be so one-sided. Jane jumps to the north wall of the cage and pulls a lasso out of nowhere. Jane screaming in anger, yeah. Jane lassos Jinjin Engine Alpha's right arm. Jane pulling on the lasso nug. Jane pulls on the lasso as hard as she can, but she cannot move him. Both Jinjin Engine Alpha walks up to Jane and lightly bops her on the head, knocking her out. Angle on Jinjin Engine Alpha's right arm. The lasso disappears. Jinjin Engine Alpha unlocks the cage and walks out carrying Jane's unconscious body and sets her on the ground. Angle on Jinjin Engine Alpha. Jinjin Engine Alpha looks directly at Lin and Akane. Jinjin Engine Alpha, you three, listen, these last 2 matches were so one-sided. I'll be willing to give you a chance. Fight me 3-on-1. You'll have a better chance of beating me, so what do you say? Lin, Akane and Barbara pause and whisper to each other. Lin, we agree, we'll fight you 3-on-1. We will win the amethyst of an LM for Queen Rose in her name. Jinjin Engine Alpha walks into the cage with Lin, Akane and Barbara, then he locks the cage. Jinjin Engine Alpha, okay, let's begin the final round. Lin, Akane and Barbara pull out their wands. Lin, too bad that I'm smarter than you. Barbara charges and dives directly at Jinjin Engine Alpha, but he dodges her and she accidentally rams her head into the north wall of the cage, knocking her out. Lin chanting that power of friendship evigim ilalafo sense of her evigrahim snayer. Akane begins to glow dark purple. Akane to Lin, no, you egocentric nerd, use a spell against him, not the spell that will turn me into a clone of you. Show Jinjin Engine Alpha walking towards Lin. Akane begins to float into the air. Akane, listen to me, Lin, use magic on the man who is about to knock you out instead of turning me into you. Lin chanting Evigrah and Imsendnik. Jinjin Engine Alpha lightly punches Lin in the stomach. Lin falls to the floor unconscious. Jinjin Engine Alpha looks directly at Akane. Akane screaming in terror. Akane instantly passes out in terror at the thought of having to fight Jinjin Engine Alpha. Jinjin Engine Alpha, well, apparently I won this tournament. The crowd screams in terror and runs away from the cage. Angle on the crowd. Lawrence voiceover, man, was I ever scared? I actually thought that you'd be invading the kingdom within the next 20 minutes. End first flashback. Cut to INT Jensen Engine Alpha Spaceship Night. Lawrence continues to eat dinner. Lawrence, by the way, you never told me why you came here. Rusty, through a speaker, well, to be accurate, you might want to start calling this place Planet S or if you want to understand our past. Lawrence, okay? Jensen Engine Alpha, well, it all began on Planet Sino. Begin second flashback. Cut to EXT Planet Sino Day. Jensen Engine Alpha voiceover, that's where Rusty and I are from. Show a futuristic city. INT Xenocorp Ultimate Tournament Arena Night. Michael Walsh is locked in combat against an unnamed combatant. Michael punches the unnamed combatant, knocking him out. A named secretary into the microphone, and the winner of the Xenocorp Ultimate Tournament is Michael Walsh. Jensen Engine Alpha voiceover, Planet Xeno, under the complete rule of Xenocorp, the company that made the finest products in the galaxy, was a beacon of might, justice, prosperity, and was the most advanced civilization in the entire universe. Rusty voiceover, but little did we know the end was coming, and the destruction. Planet Xeno came indirectly in the form of Dr. Agaw. Dr. Agaw's spaceships enters Planet Xeno's atmosphere. 4 devices land on Planet Xeno. The 4 devices land on Planet Xeno and fire pink-colored lasers that collide, and in a flash of pink unleash some of Dr. Agaw's minions onto Planet Xeno. Show an image of a futuristic city being destroyed. Rusty voiceover, before we could do anything for a hour, once great cities had fallen and the death tolls were in the thousands, because the story as to why we are here is the story of Planet Xeno's death. Show Dr. Agaw's minions destroying a futuristic city. Rusty voiceover, within the next 2 days 5 of our great cities fall with the death count in the thousands. Show Michael Walsh, Ding Xiang Li, Ziyu Qin, and Bradley Massey, Jensen Engine Gamma on an operating table with Rusty Sarandon standing over them. Jensen Engine Alpha voiceover, my friends and I had been heavily injured in one of the first 5 attacks, and the President Xenocorp Rusty Sarandon himself made us into cyborgs, into the Jensen Engine 4 for the sole purpose of saving our planet. Show Michael Walsh, Ding Xiang Li, Ziyu Qin, and Bradley Massey, Jensen Engine as the Jensen Engine 4 killing Dr. Agaw's minions. Jensen Engine Alpha voiceover, we fought together, we were more than teammates, we were friends. Show Jensen Engine Alpha firing an energy beam through the Dr. Agaw hologram. Jensen Engine Alpha voiceover, screaming in anger, we may have fought off the first wave, but eventually the rest of the Jensen Engine 4 had to sacrifice themselves so that I could get the chance to kill that bastard Dr. Agaw, and it turned out to only to be a hologram. Show Rusty using the parts from the fallen members of the Jensen Engine 4 to upgrade Jensen Engine Alpha. Jensen Engine Alpha voiceover, when Rusty Sarandon was using parts to give me an upgrade, Dr. Agaw sent out his trump card, his parasite minion. Show people of Planet Xeno infected by the parasite minion raising hell. Rusty voiceover, we were forced to leave the planet and then hack into all Xenocorp satellite to do the unthinkable. Show Jensen Engine Alpha in his spaceship flying off into space. Jensen Engine Alpha voiceover, in order to get rid of Dr. Agaw's parasite minion we had to blow up our own home planet. And second flashback. INT Jensen Engine Alpha Spaceship Night. Lawrence, what happened to the President Xenocorp? Jensen Engine Alpha points to the northeast corner of the spaceship. Rusty Sarandon appears as a hologram. Holograms of Jinzan Engine Beta, Jinzan Engine Delta and Jinzan Engine Gamma appear. Jinzan Engine Alpha. I wasn't always a cyborg, and in a way after the upgrade that Rusty gave me, before he digitized his mind into my ship AI, I'm never alone. Angle on Lawrence. Lawrence looks at Jinzan Engine Alpha in awe. INT Jinzan Engine Alpha spaceship 2 hours later night. Show Lawrence sleeping. INT Lawrence's dream laboratory night. Jinzan Engine Alpha press a button and Lawrence along with 4 other dragons walk out as the newly formed Draken Engine 4. The Draken Engine 4 charge into battle against evil gargoyles.